Never forget. For 16 years, those two words have been a rallying cry, reminding Americans that despite our differences on the political spectrum, we are all united. For some, that remembrance can focus on the wrong thing, though: fear, pain, and hatred.
MTN's Eric Clemens spoke with a Missoula veteran about his path to forgetting that hate and remembering what makes us Americans.
Missoula's Rose Garden transformed into a sea of American flags, one for each of the nearly 3,000 who died in the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001, a date Americans will never forget. Never forget. That's the code under which the United States has operated ever since the attacks. But what do we remember? Do we remember our fear as a nation? Our collective yearning for justice? Do we remember the lives of all those lost? Joshua Colson was an 8th grader when the towers fell. He says what he remembers are feelings of anger and hate. Feelings, he says, took him years to forget.
I remember greeting my friend at school, and literally this is how I greeted him: somebody has to die. Somebody needs to die for this. And my life became about joining the military from that point on so that I could make that justice happen.
Colson enlisted with the U.S. Army in 2010, serving faithfully until 2015. As a veteran whose adult life was shaped by 9/11, he's often asked what this day means to him.
I was really thinking about that today when I got up, like, what does this mean to me? Because I couldn't feel anything. And I was like, why isn't that? Because I should be so angry right now, and I wasn't. That's the point, is I don't feel the anger anymore. And that's what it means all about. It's all about the healing. And healing is the path for peace.
For Joshua, that healing comes from his family, and he wants to extend that peace to his children.
You know, do I really want a conflict to define my children? And do I really want to raise them in an angry home? A generation is not going to be defined by its tragedy, it's going to be defined by its triumph. I've seen the hatred in my own life subside. I mean, that's where you start finding it. You start finding that peace, and then once you find that peace, start giving that to other people.
Joshua now helps other veterans find their peace with River, the Rural Institute for Veteran Education and Research.
And it provides an awesome place for us as veterans to meet each other, to talk to each other, to share our experiences, but then equip each other to go back out into the world and give that peace we found, give that triumph to that tragedy. And that's really what it's all about.
In Missoula, Eric Clemens, MTN News.